My story started like this. My sister's friend, and she was my friend too. One day, she said, I walk and we cry at an opener that opens with a cup, and she says everything is true, and we really walked and relaxed. And she is like the charlatans, she gives you general news, nothing in particular and accuracy. For example, she says in a short unit, and her body is between thin and wavy, and her hair is black, what she likes to. Until I got to the magic thing. Here I nailed my place, because she said that someone was approaching me to work this magic to prevent my marriage and stop the situation and prevent livelihood and work. And hallelujah. All her words were true because during this period everything I apply for a job I refuse for no reason, and I was in a relationship with a person with the knowledge of that. Of course, with a person. The important thing is this: Fatiha gave me the verses of the Quran to read to find out who is the magic agent and answer the dream with a signal or a message indicating who. She said, I am helping you with his thinking, but asked for money. I was not able to at that time. My friend and I looked out from then. Honestly, I was afraid of what I was going to show him with a dream, and the most shocking thing shocked me was that it is reasonable one of my family hates me to such an extent, and chants me with the aim of harm. The subject remained on my mind to some extent. This same friend showed me one of those who say we are sheiks, but deals with jinn, and God forbid. The first time our network made a conference call and he told me the events of what others know. Me and the Lord of the worlds mean impossible. Anyone knows these topics that he said, and was clear and explicit and said the blight of suffering. And here the suffering has faded. The treatment was a very beautiful smelling substance. What is required is to bathe in it, and the water that comes down from my body what scents the sewers. For God's sake, collect it and throw it at a tree or on the important street what comes down to the sewers. Dear God, I did everything that the sheik said about, of course, with the encouragement and instigation of my friend. The first night passed normally, and the second also. After the suffering seemed to the third night. After I entered my room and fell asleep, I felt someone pull off the cover I was covered in. Then, when I'm between sleeping and waking, I feel everything around me, which means how to explain. And I closed my eyes, but I was showing my room, and I felt the light coming from the corridor. But I closed my eyes, and I felt, God, my brothers, that I was high off the bed, and I was raised in the air, and when I felt that I was raised and I woke up, I threw myself on the bed and I screamed to some extent. And the nightmares and the black shapes that I see continued in my room and at home to such an extent that I became afraid to sleep. And I became what I know I sleep only on the legal paper. I occupied it and continued, thank God, to read the Quran and pray. But thank God, the nightmares are much better than before, and I advise you, and God, do not approach the structure of occupations with an hour of recklessness or despair. The subject is what is easy and simple, and psychological and physical fatigue is a lot. And in the end, whoever has a real story that happened to him and wants to publish it on my channel leaves it in a comment. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.